Hello and welcome to the Corona Yoga Challenge, and today is day 58. And just as usual, please check my website for health and safety stuff. And also, if you want to subscribe, you just click that little red button somewhere or a little bell thing. It'll send an email to you to let you know when the next video's up. We are going to come into all fours, so if you bring yourself to comfortable position, try and have a mat if possible, because it just makes you so much safer. Slipping issues and strange carpet issues. So you're going to start in all fours with your knees a kind of natural distance apart. You're going to slide your hips forwards and back, so a nice smooth movement over the spine. Once you've got comfortable doing this a couple of times, you can take your legs a little bit further away, so you get a slightly longer stretch over the back. So thinking about the hips sliding back and the spine lengthening. And then again, if you want to, you can stretch a little bit further back again. So we're doing a longer and longer movement, which gives you slightly more movement through the spine as your hips are coming back. And then the next time that your hips come back to your heels, just let them extend back. Let your head come between your elbows or between your arms. And just get that lovely feeling of lengthening out. And then if you bring yourself back to all fours, so comfortable fours, but this time you're going to take your knees very wide, so wide away from you, and your heels are going to be fairly close towards one another. So what we're going to do is you're going to bring your hands in towards you. So we're going to come towards a squat, so it's really important that you might want to do it narrower, you might want to just do it with the hips coming back a little bit. You're just going to adapt so that it suits your body. So from walking your hands back and the knees wide, you're going to press into your hands to let your knees come up, rock back towards your heels, and then come back onto your knees. Stretch the shoulders out and forwards, and then we're going to do the same thing again. So we're walking the hands back, the knees come up, hips can settle, heels can settle down, and then bring yourself all the way back out. This next time we're going to have the option of bringing the hands into prayer pose whilst you're in squat. So here we're rocking back with the hips, and then your hands can come into your heart, shoulders relax down the back of your body. And then one last time. So what we're going to do next time, as we come back, I'm going to come up to standing from a squat, so pressing into my feet to lift up. You're welcome to try it this way, or to walk your hands up your legs, or come up a different way if you would like. Be really mindful of your knees when you're doing this so that your body's actually definitely happy. So you're going to slide your hips back towards your heels, hands are coming in towards your knees so you can come into your squat. You're going to bring your hands in towards your heart, relax the shoulders down so you get that feeling of steadiness. And then we're going to press down through the feet, keep steady with the legs to bring yourself up, bring your hands all the way up and overhead. And then let your hands come out and down. We're going to do a standing pose from here. So if you want to bring yourself so that you've got space and you're comfy. And you're going to take a step forward. So you're going to take a step forward with whichever foot you would like. You're going to take your hands out to the side. Shoulders are going to relax down. And then you're going to start to spiral towards your front leg. So normally we'd bring the same hand onto the same leg. We're spiraling in towards the straight leg, so that the front leg. So we're doing kind of twisting round movement, and then you're going to ease yourself up and forwards a little. And then press into your feet, bring yourself back and round to the centre. And then we're going to do the opposite side. So hands come wide, shoulders relax down. Your hips stay nice and even, so we're not doing a lot of moving with the hips. We're almost like steadying the hips where they are. And then the rib cage can move round, and then you can ease yourself slightly forwards. And then bring yourself all the way up, back to the centre, and back to standing. So the next option is to take your hand onto your leg, but just doing this if it feels good for you, being really mindful of your lower back, being really mindful of how your whole body feels so that it feels really, really good. So hands are wide, shoulders relax down. Spiral yourself in towards the front leg, and then slide yourself forwards if you want, so your hand makes contact with your leg somewhere. Free hand, the shoulder is loose and easy, And then bring yourself back out to wide hands and back up again. And then we're going to come to the opposite side. So feet settled, could be a smaller or a wider step, just depending on what's good for you. Hands are wide and relaxed, shoulders come down the back of the body. Feet are steady on the floor, and then you're going to spiral in towards the front leg. So we're wrapping in. Then we're going to start to ease over. And you might let your hand rest onto your front leg. Top arm. So your lifted arm is going to stay nice and soft and relaxed. And then bring yourself back to facing the short edge of your mat. And back to standing. So back to nice and settled feet. So I often do that thing of coming onto the balls of the feet and then settling the weight slightly into the heels. So you get that nice feeling of lengthening up through the back of the body and almost through the front of the body as well. We're going to come down to the floor now. So if you want to bring yourself to sitting so that your legs are out in front. So you're going to have your knees quite bent to start with so that there is space at the back of your knees and the lower back is lengthening up. And you're going to bring your hands in towards your heart and your shoulders are going to relax down. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and keep the knees stable, the feet stable, and we're going to come round with the hands at the heart. So this is going to be, it's always one of the fun bits in class, this bit. Okay, so nice and steady with the hips, bring yourself round and just notice where you can come to. So what we're doing is we're working round through the waist, round through the shoulders, but mainly through this kind of main area of the body to bring ourselves round in one side. Bring yourself back to the centre and then over to the other side. So thinking about a length in the spine and then coming round. And coming back to the centre. So this one's really fun because you get to move what looks like so little with the external body. So we're doing a lot of work, but it looks like we're not doing so much, doesn't it? Because this is the other version, so you can let your legs lengthen out if they would prefer to. You can bring yourself round, and then all of a sudden, if you just move your hands, somehow you feel like you're doing more, don't you? Bring yourself back to the centre, to facing the short edge of your mat and your feet. And then same on the other side. So come round just with the hands glued to your breastbone, collarbone. And then slide round with your hands, so your hands move towards your armpit. Bring yourself back to the centre. So it's so important because we learn where are we twisting and where can we twist within the centre more by doing this. So bring yourself round so the hands are on the heart, so we've got that really kind of focused attention. And then let your hands slide open so you've got that widening out feeling, but really stay focused on this area. Bring yourself back to the centre and to the other side. Same thing, hands are glued. Get that feeling of moving around and then ease your hands over. And you might find that also just kind of slides the muscles a little bit more so that you can actually move more through the centre. Bring yourself back to the centre. You're going to have your knees a little bit soft, fold forward. Ease the back out, get that nice stretch feeling. And then bring yourself up and to sitting. And we're going to do a little bit of breathing from here. So if you want to bring yourself to sitting comfortably on the floor. So I'm finding this fun because this is my first yoga of the day. Because upload is taking so long, I'm getting up and this is my first yoga of the day. So it's really fun. They're kind of like, because normally I've done quite a lot more yoga before I do a video. But that's the fun of it, isn't it? Our bodies are so different when we've just woken up compared to an hour after we've woken up, compared to after yoga class, compared to the evening or later in the evening. All good teachers. So we're just going to do some really, really comfortable, easy breathing just now. So just let your breathing find its natural rhythm. And now as you breathe out, we're going to do a little breath out. So instead of one breath out, we're going to do a little breath. So just breaking it into little pieces with the last bit of the out-breath being slightly longer. So breathing in and out. We're just doing it in and out through the nose, so that the breathing stays nice and steady and nice and smooth, but with those little breaks to make that exhalation a little bit longer. Breathe in. Last time. And as your breath comes in, just notice how your body feels as that happens. How does the body expand? How is the sensations of your breath? How are they different when we've just done a little bit of breathing practice compared to beforehand? And if you want a challenge today, my challenge is quite a silly one. I love a silly challenge. My challenge is to get 5 little tiny pieces of food, all the same size, put them on a plate, and then shut your eyes or put on a blindfold and eat them so that you don't know which is which. So that you're going to be so you get to the fun of one. You should fairly quickly know what it is, but you could make it trickier for yourself by picking maybe apple and pear and cucumber, or who knows. But if you're making it like a little piece of meat and a little piece of apple, I think you're going to guess. But if you've got someone else in your house, you can get them to make it up for you, which is even more fun because you've no idea what it is they're going to make you eat. But it's a nice way of just becoming more aware of our senses. And my quote for you today is, "The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another." That's by William James. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. So I think that will be good teaching for me to take with me today. Hope you have a good day. We've got a little bit of greyness here, but it's kind of damp greyness, so the garden's going to be super happy. Hope you have a lovely day. Thank you.